Have you ever sent an email, a completely normal, professional, everyday email, and then spent the next 3 hours reading it back, convinced you said something wrong, convinced the other person was now upset with you, convinced that the relationship was somehow damaged by a sentence you can't even identify? Or maybe it was a text, 3 words from someone you care about that lands slightly flat. And suddenly your whole day is colored by it. You can't concentrate. You can't let it go. Part of you wants to send a follow-up message, and another part of you knows that would only make it worse. If any of that sounds familiar, if your stomach just did something reading it, stay with me, because what I'm about to tell you is going to change how you see yourself. This isn't you being dramatic. This isn't you being too sensitive. This is your nervous system doing something very specific, something that has a name and a reason and a path through it. And today we're going to walk through it together. Welcome back to the Reparenting Guide and our ADHD series, Come Home to Your Brain. There is something very real for some of us. It's called Rejection Sensitivity Dysphoria. And if that sounds clinical and distant, let me translate it into real life. RSD is when one small criticism, one perceived slight, one moment of disapproval lands in your body, not as discomfort, but as catastrophe, not as information, as the end of something. And the key word there is perceived, because sometimes the rejection isn't even real. Someone is quieter than usual in a meeting, and you spend the afternoon convinced they're angry with you. A friend doesn't respond to your message for 4 hours, and the story your brain tells about those 4 hours is elaborate and devastating. The nervous system isn't waiting for rejection to arrive, it's anticipating it around every corner, because it learned a long time ago that rejection was dangerous. And here's what I want you to understand about that. It learned that lesson in a very specific place, in a home, in a childhood, in a relationship with a parent or caregiver where disapproval wasn't just uncomfortable, it was unsafe. By the time you were 12 years old, research shows you had received 20,000 more critical comments than your peers. Without ADHD, 20,000 messages that said in one way or another, you are getting this wrong. Your nervous system didn't seem to develop RSD because something is wrong with you. It developed RSD because it was trying to protect you from something that genuinely hurt. Here's what RSD does over time. The nervous system learns that certain situations are likely to trigger that emotional catastrophe, and it starts to avoid them. So you don't submit the work you're most proud of, because if someone criticized it, that would be unbearable. You don't ask for what you need in a relationship, because if they said no, the pain of that would just be too much. You cancel plans at the last minute, not because you don't want to go, but because by the time the event arrives, your nervous system has decided the risk of not being welcomed, not fitting in, not being enough is simply too high. And slowly, without even noticing it, the world gets smaller. Not because you stopped caring about people, but because caring about people became too dangerous. I know that world. I have lived in it. The email I didn't send, the boundary I didn't hold, the ask I swallowed because the possibility of no felt like it would undo me entirely. And I want to say something to that version of me and to that version of you with everything I have. You are not too sensitive. You were a child who was hurt too many times in the place where safety was supposed to live. And your nervous system made the only logical conclusion it could. Stay small. Stay careful. Stay ready. That conclusion kept you safe. And it also kept you from your life. So what do we do with this? Because you cannot simply decide to stop feeling rejected. You cannot logic your way out of a nervous system response. And you cannot white knuckle through the pain and call that healing. What we can do, slowly, consistently, with extraordinary gentleness, is teach your body a different truth. The reparenting work with RSD starts with one radical reframe. A no is information. A criticism is data. Disapproval is survivable. And your worth, your fundamental, unchangeable worth as a human being, is not determined by whether someone approves of you in this moment. That reframe doesn't land in the mind first. It has to land in the body, which is why the somatic practice for this episode matters so much, which is why we go slowly, which is why we go back to that little one who first learned to brace, and we tell her, him, them, something nobody ever told them. You are allowed to be disapproved of and still be safe. You are allowed to be criticized and still be whole. You are allowed to be imperfect and still be loved. I made a companion guide for this series, Come Home to Your Brain. It's a healing workbook, and it's full of journal prompts, somatic practices, Reiki invitations to help you sit with everything this episode opened until it really lands. And it's a lot. It's waiting for you at reparentingguide.com. I'll put the link in the description. So, now, I want to do something gentle with you before we close. Come back to this when you're somewhere quiet if now is not the moment. But I want you to take 3 slow breaths. Let your body settle. Feet on the floor. I want you to bring to mind a recent moment when rejection, real or perceived, landed harder than you expected. Don't judge it. Just hold it gently. Notice in your body where you feel it. It'll be there somewhere, a tightening in the chest, a hollowness in the stomach, heat behind the eyes. Just place your attention there. Not to fix it, just to acknowledge it. And then, from the you that is sitting here right now, I want you to send that place in your body one true sentence. This is my nervous system protecting me. It learned to brace, and I am safe right now. Breathe it in. Don't force a feeling. Just offer those words and let them land. Then, if you can, find the little one in your mind who first learned that disapproval was dangerous. Take a minute if you have to find them. And tell them, I know why you flinch. I'm not going to shame you for it. And we're learning something new together. Just take a few moments to be with them, to tell them that you see them. You hear what they have to tell you. Maybe they say nothing. Maybe you just sit with them and say, I see you, I've got you, I'm here. I'll keep you safe. Take a few deep breaths. Try to do this once a week as a check-in if you can. I check in with my inner family at least once a week to see who needs what. So I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, please tell me in the comments. And if it feels right, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here, and drop a heart below. It tells the algorithm this content matters, and it helps the next person who needs this find their way here. More people receiving healing. That's the whole point. Your nervous system was never broken. It was brilliant. Kept you alive inside an environment that required you to be constantly ready, constantly scanning, constantly working for safety. Well, the work now, the reparenting work, is teaching it that the emergency is over, that a no is not the end of you. That is the slowest, most important work there is. And you're already doing it just by being here. You deserve healing, and you don't have to do it alone. I'll see you next week.